Look who's here wearing those cheap thrift store clothes again. Do you even wash them, or just rotate the same 3 outfits every week? I wash them every night after school. These are the only clothes I have right now. Right now? What happened to all your designer clothes? Oh wait, you never had any. Your family probably can't even afford soap, let alone decent clothing. Did you see her lunch today? A single peanut butter sandwich and water. No wonder she's so skinny. She's probably malnourished.
Maybe we should start a charity fund for her. Collect spare change, so she can buy real food instead of surviving on scraps.
Please just leave me alone. I'm not bothering anyone. Bothering anyone? You're bothering everyone just by existing here. This is a prestigious university, not a homeless shelter. How did someone like you even get accepted here anyway? I got a full academic scholarship. My grades were in the top 1% of applicants. A scholarship? That explains everything. You're here on charity, taking up space that should go to someone who actually belongs here.
I bet her whole family lives in some tiny apartment, probably sharing one bathroom with 20 other families.
My family situation is complicated right now, but that doesn't give you the right to treat me like this. Complicated? Is that what poor people call being broke? At least be honest about your situation instead of making excuses. You don't know anything about my life or what I've been through. Oh, please, spare us the sob story. Everyone here has problems, but most of us don't look like we crawled out of a dumpster.
Maybe she did crawl out a dumpster. That would explain the smell.
I heard she works 3 part-time jobs just to afford her textbooks. Imagine being so desperate that you have to work while trying to study. Working hard isn't something to be ashamed of. At least I earn everything I have instead of having it handed to me. Handed to us? My father built his fortune from nothing. We deserve everything we have because our family worked for it. And what exactly have you worked for? What have you accomplished on your own without your family's money?
Listen to her getting all defensive. Poor people are always so angry about their situation instead of trying to improve it.
Maybe if she spent less time making excuses and more time working, she could afford better clothes. I work 25 hours a week while maintaining a perfect GPA. What do any of you do besides spend your parents' money? We don't need to justify ourselves to someone like you. The fact that you're here on charity proves you don't belong with us. This scholarship was earned through merit, not charity. I scored higher than any of you on the entrance exams.
Scores don't matter when you look like you belong in a food line instead of lecture hall.
I feel bad for whoever has to sit next to her in class. The secondhand embarrassment must be overwhelming. You know what's embarrassing? The fact that 3 wealthy students have nothing better to do than pick on someone who's working hard to improve their life. Improve your life? You'll always be poor white trash, no matter how many degrees you collect. Some people are just born losers. At least I'm not a bully who tears others down to feel better about my own insecurities.
Insecurities? We're confident because we have reasons to be. You're the one who should be insecure about your pathetic existence.
I wonder what her family thinks about her being here. They probably don't even understand what university is for. My family understands education better than you think. Just because we don't have money doesn't mean we don't value learning. Value learning? Is that why you're here begging for scraps and wearing rags? Your family's values aren't working out very well. Material possessions don't define a person's worth or their family's values.
Says the girl who probably shops at thrift stores and eats ramen noodles for dinner every night.
I bet she doesn't even have a proper bed. Probably sleeps on a mattress on the floor in some overcrowded apartment. You're all so obsessed with money and status that you can't see beyond material things. That's actually pretty sad. What's sad is watching you pretend you're not humiliated by your circumstances. Own up to being a charity case. I'm not humiliated by working hard or earning my place here. I'm proud of everything I've accomplished despite the obstacles.
Obstacles? Try calling them what they are, your family's failures. They failed to provide for you, and now you're paying the price.
She probably lies awake at night wondering how she's going to afford next semester's expenses. The stress must be overwhelming. I manage my finances just fine. Thank you for your concern. Manage your finances? You mean figuring out which bills to skip each month? That's not managing, that's surviving. There's nothing wrong with surviving and working towards something better. At least I'm not wasting my opportunities.
Opportunities? You mean the handouts you're receiving? Those aren't opportunities, they're pity donations.
I wonder if her scholarship covers basic hygiene products. Maybe that's why her hair always looks unwashed. My personal hygiene is fine. Your comments say more about your character than mine. My character? I have the character that comes from being raised properly by successful people. You have the character of someone raised in poverty. Poverty doesn't determine character. How you treat others does, and right now you're showing everyone exactly who you really are.
Who we really are. We're successful students from successful families. You're a charity case, trying to fit in where you don't belong.
Maybe she should transfer to a community college where she'd fit in better with the other poor students. I earn my place here just like everyone else. My economic background doesn't disqualify me from getting an education. It doesn't disqualify you, but it certainly makes you stand out for all the wrong reasons. You're like a sore thumb in our social circle. I'm not trying to be part of your social circle. I'm here to get an education and build a better future for myself.
A better future? You mean a future where you can afford name brand clothes and eat 3 meals a day? Set your goals higher.
Even if she graduates with honors, she'll still come from trash. Success doesn't change your origins. My origins taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. Those are qualities your money can't buy. Hard work and perseverance? Is that what you call struggling to make ends meet? Most people call that being a loser. I call it being resilient and determined. Something you wouldn't understand since everything has been handed to you.
Nothing was handed to us. Our families earned their success, and we're continuing that legacy. You're starting from zero because your family achieved zero.
She probably sends every spare dollar back home to help her struggling family. No wonder she looks so stressed all the time. Helping my family isn't something I'm ashamed of. Family loyalty is more valuable than designer handbags. Family loyalty to a bunch of failures? That's not loyalty. That's enabling their continued poverty. My family are not failures. They're good people who work hard but haven't had the same advantages you've had.
Advantages? Try calling them what they are: superior genetics, superior upbringing, and superior social connections.
She probably doesn't even know how to behave in upscale restaurants or social events. Imagine the embarrassment. I know how to behave with dignity and respect, which is more than I can say for any of you right now. Dignity and respect don't pay for tuition or buy decent clothes. They're luxury concepts for people who can afford them. Dignity and respect are free, but apparently they're not taught in expensive private schools.
Private schools teach excellence and achievement. Public schools teach mediocrity and making excuses.
I heard she's never been on a real vacation. Probably doesn't even have a passport. How sheltered and limited her life must be. Travel isn't the only way to broaden your horizons. Reading, studying, and learning from diverse people can be just as enriching. Diverse people like other poor students? That's not diversity. That's a support group for failures. Diversity means people from different backgrounds and experiences, which apparently doesn't include empathy or kindness.
Empathy and kindness are weaknesses that successful people can't afford. They lead to making poor decisions like giving handouts to charity cases.
She probably doesn't even understand half the cultural references we make because she's never experienced real culture. Culture isn't limited to expensive experiences. Libraries, museums, and community centers offer plenty of cultural enrichment. Free culture for poor people. How pathetic. Real culture costs money because quality costs money. Quality experiences come from appreciating what you have, not from how much you spend.
That sounds like something poor people tell themselves to feel better about missing out on the finer things in life.
I bet she's never eaten at a 5-star restaurant or stayed in a luxury hotel. Her palate is probably limited to fast food and cheap cafeteria meals. Food is food. Expensive doesn't always mean better, and simple meals can be just as satisfying. Simple meals for simple people. You're proving our point about your limited perspective and low standards. My standards are just different from yours. I value substance over superficiality.
Substance? Like the substance of wearing the same outfit 3 times a week? That kind of substance?
Or the substance of not being able to afford school supplies. She probably borrows everything from other students. I budget carefully and prioritize my expenses. That's called being responsible with money. Being responsible would be not coming here in the first place if you can't afford it. You're taking resources away from students who actually belong here. I belong here because I earned my place through academic merit. This institution accepted me based on my abilities, not my bank account.
Academic merit from some substandard public school doesn't compare to the education we received at elite preparatory academies.
She probably had to study twice as hard because her teachers weren't qualified to prepare students for this level of education. My teachers were dedicated professionals who cared about their students' success. Quality teaching isn't exclusive to expensive schools. Dedicated to mediocrity, maybe. Look at their product, a scholarship student who can't even afford proper clothing. Their product is a student who earned a full ride to a prestigious university despite significant obstacles. That's actually remarkable.
Remarkable? It's remarkable that the admissions committee made such a poor decision. Diversity quotas are ruining academic standards.
She's probably here to fill some poverty demographic requirement. Universities love having token poor students for their brochures. I'm here because my test scores and grades exceeded the requirements. This has nothing to do with demographics. Everything has to do with demographics when you're a charity case. They needed someone like you to make their financial aid programs look successful. Financial aid programs are successful when they help capable students access quality education regardless of their economic background.
Capable? Let's see how capable you are when you're competing against students who had proper preparation and unlimited resources.
She's probably already struggling in her advanced courses. Book smart doesn't translate to real academic performance under pressure. My grades speak for themselves. I'm performing well in all my courses despite working multiple jobs. Performing well by whose standards? The low standards set for scholarship students or actual academic excellence? Academic excellence is measured by the same standards for every student here. There aren't separate grading scales based on financial status.
There should be. Students who had proper educational foundations deserve recognition for their superior preparation.
She probably doesn't even participate in study groups because she's too embarrassed about her background to socialize with normal students. I participate when my work schedule allows. Most students here are more welcoming than you three. Welcoming out of pity, not respect. They feel sorry for your circumstances, which is exactly what charity feels like. Some people show kindness because they're genuinely good people, not because they pity anyone.
Good people stick with their own social class. Mixing with charity cases just creates awkward situations like this one.
I wonder if she'll even be able to graduate. The financial pressure alone must be overwhelming, not to mention the academic pressure. I plan to graduate with honors and prove that determination matters more than starting advantages. Determination? Is that what you call desperately clinging to something you can't afford? That's not determination. That's delusion. It's called having goals and working toward them despite obstacles. Something you wouldn't understand.
Our obstacles are different. We have to maintain family reputations and live up to high expectations. Your obstacles are just about survival.
She probably doesn't even understand the networking opportunities here because she doesn't know anyone worth knowing. Networking happens naturally when you focus on building genuine relationships instead of using people for connections. Genuine relationships are luxury items for people who don't need strategic connections to succeed. You need every advantage you can get. I prefer relationships based on mutual respect rather than mutual benefit. That seems more genuine to me.
Mutual respect requires having something worthy of respect. Poverty and struggle aren't respectable qualities.
She probably thinks her hard work story is inspiring, but it's really just depressing. Nobody wants to hear about your problems. I don't share my personal story to inspire pity. I share it when asked, and only to explain my perspective. Your perspective is limited by your circumstances. You can't see the bigger picture because you're too focused on basic survival. My perspective includes understanding both struggle and aspiration. That gives me a broader view than someone who's only known privilege.
Privilege? Try calling it earned success. Our families worked hard, so we could focus on education instead of worrying about basic needs.
She probably resents students like us because we represent everything she can't have. That resentment must be exhausting. I don't resent anyone's success. I'm focused on creating my own success rather than envying others. Creating success from nothing is nearly impossible. Most people who start where you started end up right back where they came from. Statistics don't determine individual outcomes. Hard work and education can change anyone's circumstances.
Education alone doesn't guarantee success. You need social connections, family resources, and cultural capital to really succeed.
She'll graduate and probably end up in some middle-class job, thinking she's successful, but still being poor compared to us. Success is relative. If I can improve my situation and help my family, that's more meaningful than maintaining inherited wealth. Inherited wealth provides opportunities to make even more wealth. Starting from scratch means you'll always be behind. Starting from scratch means every achievement is genuinely earned. There's satisfaction in building something yourself.
Satisfaction doesn't pay bills or provide security. You're romanticizing struggle instead of recognizing it as failure.
She'll probably marry someone equally poor and raise another generation of scholarship students. The cycle continues. There's nothing wrong with marrying for love rather than money. Building a life with someone who shares your values matters more than financial status. Values don't fund children's education or provide comfortable retirement. Money provides security that values can't guarantee. Money provides comfort, but values provide meaning. I'd rather have a meaningful life than just a comfortable one.
Meaningful lives are luxuries for people who don't have to worry about paying rent. Basic needs come before philosophical meanings.
She's probably never even been to a country club or exclusive social event. Her social education is completely lacking. Social education happens everywhere, not just in exclusive venues. Learning to treat everyone with respect is more valuable than knowing which fork to use. Etiquette and social graces separate civilized people from, well, people like you. They matter in professional and personal situations. Professional success comes from competence and character, not from knowing country club etiquette. Good work speaks for itself.
Good work gets you noticed, but social connections get you hired and promoted. You're missing the most important part of career development.
She probably doesn't even have professional clothes for interviews. Imagine showing up to important meetings wearing thrift store outfits. Professional appearance matters, but substance matters more. I'll invest in proper clothes when I can afford them without sacrificing other necessities. When you can afford them, by then, you'll have missed countless opportunities because you looked unprofessional. First impressions matter. First impressions are important, but lasting impressions come from performance and character. People remember how you work, not just how you look.
People remember both, and looking poor creates negative associations that are hard to overcome. Image matters whether you like it or not.
She probably doesn't even realize how out of place she looks here. Everyone else can tell she doesn't belong just by looking at her. Belonging isn't about appearance. It's about contributing positively to the community. I contribute through my academic work and helping other students. Helping other students? What could you possibly teach anyone here? How to survive on ramen noodles and thrift store clothes. I tutor students in mathematics and science. Academic subjects aren't limited by economic background.
Tutoring? So you're working even more jobs to scrape together money, when you have time to actually enjoy college like a normal student.
She probably doesn't have time for fun because she's too busy working and studying. What a miserable way to experience university. I enjoy learning and helping others succeed. Work doesn't have to be miserable if you find purpose in what you're doing. Purpose doesn't replace leisure and social activities. You're missing out on the best parts of college because you're too poor to participate. The best parts of college are the education and personal growth opportunities. Those don't require money, just dedication.
Personal growth happens through diverse experiences, not just studying. Travel, cultural events, and social activities contribute to education too.
She's probably never been to a formal dance or social gathering. Her social development is completely stunted by her economic limitations. Social development comes from interacting with people from all backgrounds, not just attending expensive events with the same privileged crowd. Privileged crowds have higher standards and better connections. Associating with poor people just drags down your social status. Associating with kind, intelligent people improves your character regardless of their bank account. Social status based on money is shallow.
Shallow or not, social status opens doors that character alone cannot open. You need both, but money creates more opportunities.
She'll learn eventually that idealism doesn't pay student loans or provide career advancement. Reality always wins over wishful thinking. Idealism combined with hard work creates positive change. Cynicism just perpetuates existing problems without offering solutions. Solutions require resources, and resources require money. Your idealistic solutions are worthless without funding to implement them. Many solutions start with changing attitudes and behaviors, which don't cost money. Social change often begins with individuals making different choices.
Individual choices are limited by individual circumstances. Poor people don't have the luxury of making choices based on principles instead of necessity.
She probably thinks she's noble for struggling, but she's really just naive about how the world actually works. Money talks, everything else walks. Money influences many things, but it doesn't determine everything. People have changed the world despite starting with very little. People who changed the world had exceptional circumstances or support systems. Most poor people stay poor despite their best efforts. Most people who succeed do so through persistence and taking advantage of available opportunities. Success stories happen every day.
Success stories are exceptions that prove the rule. The rule is that economic background determines life outcomes more than individual effort.
She's probably planning to change the world through social work or teaching. Typical poor person career choices that keep you poor forever. Career choices should align with personal interests and talents, not just earning potential. Job satisfaction matters for long-term happiness. Long-term happiness requires financial security. Job satisfaction without adequate income leads to lifelong stress and regret. Financial security is important, but it's not the only factor in career decisions. Making a positive impact can be deeply fulfilling.
Positive impact is nice, but positive bank accounts are necessary. You can't help anyone if you're struggling financially yourself.
She probably thinks her struggle story will inspire others, but it really just reminds everyone why they should avoid ending up like her. Everyone's story is different, and everyone faces challenges in their own way. Sharing experiences can help others feel less alone in their struggles. Sharing struggle stories just spreads negativity and makes everyone feel bad. Successful people focus on solutions, not problems. Acknowledging problems is the first step toward solving them. Ignoring difficulties doesn't make them disappear.
Successful people have different problems than unsuccessful people. Our challenges are about maintaining success, not achieving basic survival.
She probably dreams about having our problems instead of her problems. Everyone wishes they could trade places with successful people. Everyone has challenges that matter to them personally. I'm not interested in trading places with anyone. I'm focused on improving my own situation. Improving from rock bottom still leaves you far below where successful people start. You'll never catch up to our level. Success isn't a competition. It's a personal journey. Everyone defines success differently based on their values and goals.
Success is absolutely a competition. Resources are limited, and winners take them from losers. That's basic economics.
She's probably too naive to understand competitive dynamics. Poor people often have unrealistic views about fairness and cooperation. Cooperation often creates better outcomes than pure competition. Working together can benefit everyone involved. Cooperation works when everyone contributes equally. When some people contribute more than others, cooperation becomes unfair charity. Different people contribute in different ways based on their abilities and resources. Value isn't only measured in money.
Value is exactly measured in money. That's why we have currency systems and market economies. Everything else is just sentiment.
She probably thinks her emotional intelligence makes up for her lack of financial resources. Emotions don't pay bills or create opportunities. Emotional intelligence helps build relationships and navigate social situations effectively. Those skills have real value in personal and professional contexts. Professional contexts reward results and connections, not feelings and empathy. Business is about profit, not making everyone feel good. Business involves people, and people respond to genuine care and respect. Emotional intelligence contributes to professional success.
Emotional intelligence is useful, but financial intelligence is essential. Understanding money management and investment creates lasting wealth.
She probably doesn't even have a bank account with enough money to require management. Her financial intelligence extends to counting pennies. Financial management starts with budgeting and saving whatever amount you have. These skills scale up as income increases. Budgeting poverty wages isn't the same as managing real wealth. The strategies and opportunities are completely different at higher income levels. Basic principles of spending less than you earn and saving for goals apply at every income level. The amounts change, but the concepts remain the same.
Concepts without capital are just theories. Real financial management involves significant assets, investments, and complex transactions.
She's probably planning to save her way to wealth with her minimum wage jobs. That'll take approximately forever to achieve anything meaningful. Every successful person started somewhere, and many started with very little. Consistent saving and investing can compound over time. Compound growth requires substantial initial investments to generate meaningful returns. Small amounts stay small even with compound interest. Small amounts become larger amounts through time and consistency. Every wealthy person had their first saved dollar at some point.
Wealthy people had advantages that accelerated their wealth accumulation. Starting capital, family connections, and early opportunities make the difference.
She's probably never even heard of investment strategies or passive income streams. Her financial education is completely inadequate for wealth building. Financial education can be learned from books, online resources, and talking with knowledgeable people. Information is accessible regardless of background. Information is accessible, but implementation requires capital. You can read about investments all day, but without money to invest, it's just entertainment. Learning about financial strategies prepares you to implement them when you have resources. Knowledge comes before application.
By the time you have resources, market conditions and strategies will have changed. Real financial education happens through actual experience with money.
She's probably intimidated by financial advisors and investment professionals because she doesn't speak their language or understand their world. Financial professionals should explain things clearly to all clients regardless of their starting knowledge level. Good advisors make complex topics understandable. Good advisors focus on clients who can generate substantial fees. They don't waste time explaining basics to people with tiny accounts. Everyone deserves professional financial guidance when they're ready to invest. Many advisors work with clients at different wealth levels.
Advisors work with poor clients out of charity or as training for junior staff. The real expertise goes to clients with real money.
She probably thinks online investment apps are the same as professional wealth management. Her naivety about finance is showing. Investment apps can be good starting points for learning and building initial portfolios. Everyone begins somewhere in their investment journey. Investment apps are toys compared to serious wealth management strategies. Playing with apps won't create real wealth or financial security. Learning fundamental investment principles through accessible platforms builds knowledge for more sophisticated strategies later.
Later assumes you'll eventually have enough money to need sophisticated strategies. Most people never accumulate enough wealth to require professional management.
She's probably planning to get rich slowly through index funds and retirement accounts. That's the poor person's approach to wealth building. Consistent investing in diversified funds is actually recommended by many financial experts regardless of income level. It's a proven strategy. Proven for average returns that keep you average forever. Wealthy people use strategies that generate superior returns through active management and alternative investments. Average market returns over long periods create substantial wealth through compound growth. Conservative strategies work for building financial security.
Conservative strategies work for conservative goals. If you want exceptional wealth, you need exceptional risk tolerance and exceptional opportunities.
She's probably too risk-averse to pursue high-return investments because she can't afford to lose what little money she has. Risk tolerance should match financial situation and personal comfort level. Taking appropriate risks makes sense when you can handle potential losses. Appropriate risks for poor people are tiny compared to appropriate risks for wealthy people. Your risk capacity limits your return potential. Risk capacity grows with financial resources, but learning about risk management and investment principles applies at every level.
Investment principles taught to poor people are different from principles taught to wealthy people. The strategies and goals are completely different.
She's probably impressed by people who make six-figure salaries because she's never seen real money. Her perspective is so limited. Income levels that seem high to one person might seem normal to another. Everyone's perspective is shaped by their experiences. Exactly. Our perspective includes real wealth and real opportunities. Your perspective is limited by poverty and struggle. Different perspectives can be valuable in different situations. Having experienced challenges can provide insights that pure privilege cannot.
Insights about struggle aren't useful for creating success. Success requires insights about opportunity, strategy, and execution at high levels.
She's probably planning to help her family financially once she graduates, which will keep her poor because she'll be supporting multiple people on one salary. Helping family members who supported your education is both honorable and rewarding. Success shared with loved ones is more meaningful than individual achievement. Individual achievement creates the resources necessary to help others effectively. If you stay poor helping poor people, you can't really help anyone. Help comes in many forms, not just financial. Emotional support, guidance, and encouragement can be just as valuable.
Emotional support doesn't pay bills or solve financial problems. Money is the most practical form of help for people in need.
She's probably naive enough to think love and support matter more than money. Reality will teach her otherwise soon enough. Love and support provide the foundation that makes financial success possible. Money without meaningful relationships is empty achievement. Empty achievement is still achievement. Relationships without money are just mutual struggle and shared poverty. Relationships provide emotional fulfillment, personal growth, and support during difficult times. Those benefits have real value.
Emotional fulfillment is luxury that requires financial security first. Poor people can't afford to prioritize feelings over survival needs.
She's probably romanticizing her situation because accepting reality would be too depressing. Denial is a common coping mechanism for poor people. I accept my current situation while working toward improvement. Acknowledging challenges doesn't mean accepting them as permanent. Working toward improvement from your starting point will take decades to achieve what we already have. The gap is too wide to bridge. Everyone's timeline is different, and everyone defines success differently. Progress matters more than speed of achievement.
Progress is meaningless if it doesn't lead to substantial results. Slow progress is just delayed failure in most cases.
She's probably planning to inspire other poor students with her success story, but her story is more cautionary tale than inspiration. Everyone's story can inspire others who face similar challenges. Showing that obstacles can be overcome encourages other people to keep trying. Showing false hope to poor people is cruel. Most of them would be better served by accepting their limitations and finding appropriate goals. Encouraging people to pursue education and self-improvement is never false hope. Individual effort combined with opportunity can create positive change.
Individual effort without substantial resources rarely creates meaningful change. Systematic advantages matter more than personal motivation.
She's probably going to spend her whole life playing catch-up and never actually catching up to where successful people start. Success isn't about catching up to other people. It's about improving your own situation and achieving your personal goals. Personal goals should be realistic based on personal circumstances. Unrealistic goals lead to disappointment and wasted effort. Goals should be challenging but achievable through sustained effort. What seems unrealistic to one person might be perfectly attainable for someone else.
Attainability depends on starting resources and available opportunities. Poor people have fewer opportunities, which limits their attainable goals.
She's probably too proud to admit that her situation is hopeless, and she should just accept being poor forever. No situation is hopeless when someone is willing to work hard and take advantage of available opportunities. Change is always possible. Change is possible, but dramatic change is unlikely. Most people end up close to where they started despite their best efforts. Many people have changed their circumstances dramatically through education, hard work, and persistence. Success stories happen regularly.
Success stories are outliers that get attention precisely because they're unusual. The normal outcome is staying in the same social class.
She's probably going to work herself to death trying to achieve something that was given to us at birth. How exhausting that must be. Working toward goals provides purpose and satisfaction. The journey toward improvement can be rewarding even when it's challenging. The journey is only rewarding if it leads to meaningful destinations. Struggling for minimal progress is just suffering without purpose. Progress of any amount is meaningful when it improves your situation and creates opportunities for further advancement.
Minimal progress creates the illusion of advancement while keeping you essentially in the same place. Real advancement requires substantial changes.
She's probably convinced herself that being poor builds character, but it really just builds resentment and limitations. Facing challenges can build resilience, problem-solving skills, and empathy. Those qualities have value beyond financial measures. Resilience and empathy don't generate income or create wealth. Character building is luxury thinking for people who can afford to focus on personal development. Character qualities contribute to professional success and personal relationships. They're practical skills, not just philosophical concepts.
Professional success requires technical skills, strategic thinking, and valuable connections. Character is nice, but not necessary for achievement.
She's probably planning to prove us wrong someday, but statistics and reality are on our side. Poor people usually stay poor. Statistics describe group trends, not individual outcomes. Personal effort and circumstances can override statistical predictions. Personal effort works within statistical constraints. Exceptional outcomes require exceptional circumstances that most people don't have. Exceptional circumstances can be created through education, networking, skill development, and strategic planning. Opportunity can be cultivated.
Opportunity cultivation requires resources and connections that poor people lack. The best opportunities go to people who already have advantages.
She's probably planning to network her way to success, but her social circle consists entirely of other poor people who can't help her advance. Networking happens naturally through school, work, volunteer activities, and community involvement. Social circles expand through diverse activities. Professional networking requires access to professional environments where successful people gather. Poor people don't have access to those environments. Professional environments exist in many settings, including universities, professional organizations, community groups, and workplace activities.
Universities have different social levels. Scholarship students interact with other scholarship students, not with students who have real connections.
She's probably grateful for any attention from successful people, not realizing they just feel sorry for her circumstances. I prefer genuine interactions based on mutual interest and respect rather than relationships based on pity or social obligation. Genuine interactions happen between social equals. Relationships across economic classes are usually based on charity or curiosity, not real friendship. Meaningful relationships develop based on shared interests, values, and personal compatibility, not just economic status.
Shared interests are shaped by economic opportunities. Poor people and wealthy people have different experiences that create different interests and perspectives.
She's probably dreaming about the lifestyle she could have if she were successful, not realizing that dreaming is just another form of entertainment. Visualization and goal setting are recommended strategies for achieving objectives. Imagining success can help motivate effort toward real achievement. Imagination without resources is just fantasy. Motivational thinking doesn't create the practical means necessary for actual success. Motivation provides the energy needed for sustained effort, which creates the foundation for taking advantage of opportunities when they arise.
Sustained effort without strategic advantages rarely leads to exceptional results. Effort is necessary, but not sufficient for major success.
She's probably planning to write a book about overcoming poverty someday, but nobody wants to read about struggle when they could read about success. People read stories about overcoming challenges because they find them inspiring and relatable. Success stories often include struggle phases. Success stories focus on the success, not the struggle. Struggle stories just remind people about problems they want to avoid. Stories that include both struggle and success show the complete journey and provide realistic expectations for others facing similar challenges.
Realistic expectations for poor people should include accepting limitations and finding appropriate goals within their circumstances.
She's probably planning to change the system that keeps poor people poor, not realizing that the system works exactly as intended. Systems can be improved through education, advocacy, policy changes, and individuals working together toward common goals. Systems exist because they work effectively for the people who matter. Changing systems requires power that poor people don't possess. Change often starts with individuals who refuse to accept unfair circumstances. Collective action can create meaningful reform over time.
Collective action by poor people is ineffective because they lack the resources and influence necessary to create substantial change.
She's probably planning to inspire social change through her example, but one person's success doesn't change systematic inequalities. Individual success combined with helping others and advocating for improvements can contribute to broader social change over time. Social change requires sustained political and economic pressure from influential groups. Individual efforts are insignificant in the larger context. Many significant changes started with individuals who refused to accept unjust situations. Personal examples can inspire others to work toward improvement.
Historical changes were driven by economic and political forces, not individual inspiration. Personal examples are interesting stories, but not change agents.
She's probably going to spend her whole life fighting against reality instead of accepting it and finding happiness within her limitations. Working to improve circumstances isn't fighting against reality. It's creating a better reality through effort and determination. Better realities require better starting conditions. You can't create substantial improvement from poverty through individual effort alone. Substantial improvement happens through combining individual effort with available opportunities and support systems.
Available opportunities for poor people are limited by design. The system provides enough opportunity to maintain hope, but not enough to create real change.
She's probably grateful for this conversation because at least someone is paying attention to her, even if it's negative attention. I'm grateful for opportunities to express my perspective and challenge assumptions about economic background and personal worth. Your perspective is shaped by necessity and limitation. Our perspective is shaped by opportunity and achievement. There's a clear difference in quality. Different perspectives provide different insights. Both challenge and privilege create understanding that can be valuable in different situations.
Valuable understanding comes from success and achievement. Struggle provides lessons about failure, not lessons about how to succeed.
She's probably going to remember this conversation as motivation to prove us wrong, but motivation fades when reality sets in. I'll remember this conversation as confirmation that economic privilege doesn't guarantee wisdom, kindness, or character. Wisdom comes from education and experience with success. Character is luxury thinking that successful people can afford to develop after securing practical needs. Character develops through how you treat others and respond to challenges. It's not dependent on economic status or material comfort.
Character is judged by results and achievements. Good intentions without successful outcomes demonstrate weak character, not strong character.
She's probably planning to use this experience as teaching material for other poor students about dealing with successful people. Everyone can learn from interactions that challenge their assumptions and reveal different perspectives about success and worth. Learning from failure experiences just teaches you how to fail better. Learning from success experiences teaches you how to actually succeed. Learning from diverse experiences teaches adaptability and resilience. Both success and challenge provide valuable lessons.
Valuable lessons come from valuable experiences. Cheap experiences teach cheap lessons that don't translate to high-level success.
She's probably planning to tell people that wealthy students are mean and elitist, but we're just being honest about social reality. Social reality includes the fact that treating people with respect costs nothing and reflects well on your character. Respect is earned through achievement and contribution. Social courtesy is different from genuine respect, which must be deserved. Basic human dignity should be extended to everyone regardless of their achievements or economic status.
Human dignity is a philosophical concept that doesn't translate to practical social and economic relationships.
She's probably hurt by our comments because poor people aren't used to hearing honest assessments of their situation and prospects. Honest assessment would acknowledge both challenges and possibilities. Your comments reflect bias more than objective analysis. Our comments reflect experience with success and understanding of how social and economic systems actually work. Understanding systems includes recognizing that they can be navigated successfully by people from different backgrounds.
Systems can be navigated by exceptional individuals under exceptional circumstances. Normal people should accept normal limitations.
She's probably going to complain to administrators about our behavior, but they'll just give her sympathy without taking any real action. I handle my own problems and focus on my goals rather than complaining about other people's attitudes. Smart approach. Complaining about social reality doesn't change social reality. Accepting your place is more practical. Working to improve my situation while maintaining dignity seems more practical than accepting limitations as permanent.
Dignity is subjective evaluation that doesn't affect objective outcomes. Results matter more than feelings about the process.
She's probably planning to stay in touch with us after graduation to show off her success, but we won't remember her name by next semester. I'm focused on my education and future career, not on proving anything to people who judge others based on economic status. Economic status is a reliable indicator of capability and potential. It's practical to judge based on demonstrated achievement. Demonstrated achievement in academics should count for something regardless of family economic background.
Academic achievement from inferior educational backgrounds doesn't compare to academic achievement from superior educational backgrounds.
She's probably proud of her grades because they're the only thing she can compete with us on, but grades aren't everything. Grades reflect learning and effort, which are foundations for professional success. They demonstrate capability and work ethic. Professional success requires much more than grades. Social skills, connections, and cultural knowledge matter more in real careers. Professional success benefits from strong academic preparation combined with interpersonal skills and cultural awareness.
Cultural awareness requires exposure to high-level cultural environments. Poor people lack access to real cultural education.
She's probably planning to prove that poor people can succeed, but her individual case won't change stereotypes or systematic barriers. Individual success combined with helping others creates incremental change that accumulates over time. Incremental change from individual efforts is negligible compared to systematic advantages that maintain existing hierarchies. Systematic change often starts with individuals who demonstrate that existing assumptions about limitations aren't always accurate.
Existing assumptions are based on statistical realities and practical constraints that individual exceptions don't change.
She's probably going to work harder than us for the rest of her life and still end up with less than what we started with. Working hard toward meaningful goals provides satisfaction regardless of comparative outcomes with other people. Satisfaction is consolation prize for people who can't achieve real success. It's what poor people tell themselves to feel better about losing. Success should be defined personally based on individual values and goals, not just by comparison with other people's achievements.
Personal definitions of success are just coping mechanisms. Real success is measured by objective standards like wealth, status, and achievement.
She's probably going to tell her family that she's succeeding at university while hiding how out of place she feels here. I share both challenges and successes with my family because they've supported my education and deserve honest updates. Honest updates would include admitting that you don't belong here and probably won't achieve your unrealistic goals. Honest updates include acknowledging challenges while maintaining focus on educational objectives and long-term goals.
Long-term goals should be adjusted based on realistic assessment of available resources and likely opportunities.
She's probably planning to become successful and then look down on poor people the way we're looking down on her right now. Success wouldn't change my respect for people regardless of their economic circumstances. Character shouldn't depend on financial status. Character changes with circumstances. Poor people who become wealthy usually adopt wealthy attitudes about success and failure. Maintaining consistent values regardless of changing circumstances seems like stronger character than adapting values to match status.
Consistent values are luxury thinking for people who don't face practical pressures that require value adjustments.
She's probably planning to donate money to charity once she's successful, not realizing that charity just perpetuates the problems it claims to solve. Helping others while working for systematic improvements seems more constructive than ignoring problems entirely. Systematic improvements require systematic power. Individual charitable actions are just emotional responses that don't create real change. Individual actions combined with collective effort can contribute to meaningful improvements over time.
Meaningful improvements require substantial resources and political influence that poor people cannot generate or sustain.
She's probably dreaming about the day when people like us will respect her success, but respect can't be earned by people who started from nothing. Respect is earned through integrity, competence, and how you treat other people, not through inherited advantages. Respect follows achievement and contribution. People who start with nothing rarely achieve enough to command genuine respect. People earn respect through their actions and character regardless of their starting circumstances or background.
What's all this commotion? Why is everyone gathered around here, making so much noise?
We're just having an educational conversation with the scholarship student about social realities and appropriate expectations.
Educational conversation? From what I'm hearing, it sounds more like cruel harassment of a fellow student.
We're not harassing anyone. We're just pointing out obvious facts about economic differences and social hierarchies.
Facts? You're expressing prejudiced opinions while bullying someone based on their financial circumstances. That's completely unacceptable behavior. Prejudiced opinions? We're sharing informed perspectives based on real-world experience with success and social dynamics. Informed perspectives don't require humiliating another person. Successful people typically demonstrate grace and kindness, not cruelty.
Thank you for intervening, but I can handle this situation myself. I appreciate your concern.
Nobody should have to handle systematic harassment alone. This behavior reflects poorly on our entire university community.
Systematic harassment? We're just being honest about social realities that she needs to understand for her own good.
Understanding social realities doesn't require public humiliation. There are respectful ways to discuss different perspectives and experiences.
Respectful ways don't prepare people for real-world competition and hierarchy. She needs to understand where she stands.
Real-world competition includes working with people from diverse backgrounds and treating colleagues with professional respect regardless of their origins. Professional respect is earned through professional achievement, not automatically granted based on good intentions or hard work. Professional respect starts with basic human courtesy. Successful professionals know how to interact respectfully with everyone.
I appreciate the support, but I'm more interested in focusing on my studies than continuing this conversation.
Absolutely right. Your academic focus demonstrates exactly the kind of priorities that lead to genuine success.
Academic focus, without social awareness and appropriate connections, limits success potential significantly.
Social awareness includes understanding that diversity and inclusion strengthen organizations and communities.
Diversity and inclusion are political concepts that don't translate to practical business success in competitive environments.
Competitive environments benefit from diverse perspectives, innovative thinking, and collaborative problem-solving capabilities. Collaborative problem-solving works when everyone contributes equally. When some people contribute more than others, collaboration becomes inefficient. Effective collaboration leverages different strengths and perspectives rather than assuming everyone must contribute identically.
I should get back to studying for my exam tomorrow. Thank you again for your support.
Good luck with your exam. Your dedication to academic excellence is commendable and will serve you well.
Dedication to academic excellence is common here. She's not special for doing what everyone else does.
Academic excellence, combined with resilience in the face of adversity, demonstrates exceptional character and determination.
Resilience is just code word for accepting repeated failure instead of finding more appropriate goals.
Resilience means persisting through challenges to achieve important objectives. That's exactly what successful people do. Successful people have resources that make persistence practical. Without resources, persistence becomes futile struggle. Resources can be acquired through education, networking, skill development, and strategic planning. Success builds incrementally.
Incremental building requires substantial starting foundation. Without adequate foundation, incremental building just maintains inadequacy.
Adequate foundation develops through commitment to learning, personal growth, and taking advantage of available opportunities.
Available opportunities for poor people are designed to maintain their position, not enable genuine advancement.
Educational opportunities like the one we're discussing right now can absolutely enable genuine advancement for motivated individuals. Educational opportunities are necessary, but not sufficient. Social and economic connections determine actual advancement possibilities. Social and economic connections develop naturally through educational achievement, professional performance, and community involvement.
I really do need to leave now to prepare for tomorrow's examination. Have a good evening, everyone.
Certainly. Focus on your studies and don't let anyone discourage you from pursuing your goals.
Her goals need to be realistic based on her circumstances. Encouraging unrealistic expectations is actually cruel.
Encouraging educational achievement and personal growth is never cruel. Those are the foundations of opportunity.
Foundations of opportunity require more than individual effort. Systematic advantages create real opportunities.
Systematic advantages help, but individual effort combined with education creates opportunities that didn't exist before. Individual effort creates minor improvements, not substantial advancement. Major advancement requires major advantages. Major advancement happens through combining minor improvements over time with strategic decision-making and skill development.
Strategic decision-making requires understanding high-level social and economic dynamics that poor people don't access.
High-level understanding develops through education, mentorship, professional experience, and exposure to diverse perspectives.
Diverse perspectives from other poor people just reinforce limited thinking. Real perspective comes from successful people.
Real perspective includes understanding both challenges and possibilities. Success stories often include overcoming significant obstacles. Success stories are exceptional cases that prove rules rather than disproving systematic limitations. Systematic limitations can be navigated and sometimes overcome through persistent effort and strategic planning.
Strategic planning requires resources and information that poor people lack access to.
Resources and information become available through educational institutions, professional networks, and community connections.
Professional networks include other professionals, not charity cases trying to break into professional environments.
Professional networks include people at various career stages, including students preparing for professional careers. Students preparing for professional careers need appropriate social and economic backgrounds to succeed in professional environments. Professional environments benefit from diverse backgrounds that bring different perspectives and problem-solving approaches.
Different perspectives are interesting concepts, but practical business success requires proven approaches from proven backgrounds.
Proven approaches include recognizing talent and potential regardless of economic background, and investing in human development.
Investing in human development works when the human development has strong foundation and likely return.
Strong foundation develops through education and experience. Likely return increases with proper support and opportunity. Proper support and opportunity are limited resources that should be allocated to candidates with highest success probability. Success probability increases when talented individuals receive appropriate support and opportunity regardless of their starting circumstances.
Starting circumstances indicate fundamental capacity and cultural preparation for success in competitive environments.
Fundamental capacity and cultural preparation can be developed through education, mentorship, and professional experience.
Professional experience requires access to professional environments that maintain social and economic barriers.
Professional environments are increasingly recognizing the value of diverse talent and creating pathways for inclusion. Creating pathways for inclusion is political gesture that doesn't change practical requirements for professional success. Practical requirements for professional success include competence, integrity, and ability to work effectively with diverse colleagues.
Working effectively requires understanding social codes and cultural expectations that come from appropriate upbringing.
Social codes and cultural expectations can be learned through education, observation, and professional development opportunities.
Learning social codes isn't the same as naturally understanding them through lifelong immersion in successful environments.
Natural understanding combined with learned skills creates comprehensive social competence for professional success. Professional success requires more than social competence. Financial resources and strategic connections determine real advancement opportunities. Real advancement opportunities are created through demonstrating value, building relationships, and consistently delivering excellent results.
Demonstrating value requires platform and audience. Poor people lack platforms that reach audiences with decision-making power.
Platforms and audiences develop through educational achievement, professional performance, and community involvement.
Community involvement in poor communities doesn't create connections with decision-makers in successful organizations.
Community involvement demonstrates leadership skills and social responsibility that successful organizations value in employees. Organizations value leadership skills from candidates who can contribute immediately without extensive development investment. Development investment in promising candidates generates long-term returns through loyalty and enhanced capability.
Long-term returns require candidates who can adapt successfully to organizational culture and expectations.
Successful adaptation happens when talented individuals receive appropriate support during transition periods.
Transition periods are inefficient uses of organizational resources that could be allocated to pre-prepared candidates.
Pre-prepared candidates often lack diverse perspectives and innovative thinking that come from overcoming significant challenges. Innovative thinking comes from superior education and exposure to cutting-edge ideas, not from struggling with basic survival. Innovative thinking benefits from diverse experiences, including understanding challenges faced by different segments of society.
Understanding challenges faced by poor people doesn't contribute to solving business problems or generating profit.
Understanding diverse challenges contributes to developing products and services that serve broader markets effectively.
Broader markets are served through market research and focus groups, not through hiring charity cases.
Hiring talented individuals from diverse backgrounds provides authentic insights that market research cannot replicate. Authentic insights from poor people are about poverty, not about success. Organizations need insights about success. Organizations need insights about human behavior, market dynamics, and problem-solving approaches from various perspectives.
Various perspectives are acquired through consulting with successful people who understand different market segments.
Successful people often lack deep understanding of challenges faced by different market segments.
Market segments are analyzed through data and professional research, not through personal experience with poverty.
Personal experience provides contextual understanding that data and research cannot fully capture. Contextual understanding about poverty doesn't translate to strategic thinking about wealth creation and business success. Strategic thinking benefits from understanding both resource constraints and opportunity recognition across different contexts.
Opportunity recognition requires understanding high-level business dynamics that poor people cannot access or comprehend.
Business dynamics can be learned through education, professional development, and exposure to business environments.
Exposure to business environments requires social connections and cultural preparation that poor people lack.
Social connections develop through professional networking, educational relationships, and community involvement activities. Professional networking requires access to professional environments where successful people gather and share opportunities. Professional environments include educational institutions, industry associations, volunteer organizations, and workplace settings.
Educational institutions have different social levels. Scholarship students interact with other scholarship students, not with connected students.
Educational institutions provide opportunities for interaction across social levels through academic programs, extracurricular activities, and shared interests.
Shared interests are shaped by economic experiences. Poor people and wealthy people have fundamentally different interests and perspectives.
Shared interests include academic subjects, career goals, social causes, and personal hobbies that transcend economic backgrounds. Career goals differ based on realistic assessment of available opportunities and likely outcomes given starting circumstances. Career goals should challenge individuals to grow and achieve their potential regardless of starting circumstances.
Individual potential is limited by individual circumstances. Encouraging unrealistic goals creates disappointment and wasted effort.
Individual potential expands through education, experience, and supportive environments that encourage growth and development.
Supportive environments require resources and social connections that maintain quality and exclusivity.
Quality and exclusivity can coexist with inclusion and diversity when institutions commit to supporting all talented individuals. Supporting all talented individuals dilutes resources and attention that could be concentrated on candidates with highest success probability. Concentrated resources often miss innovative potential that comes from diverse backgrounds and unconventional approaches.
Innovative potential comes from superior education and exposure to cutting-edge thinking, not from poverty and struggle.
Innovative potential comes from creative problem-solving skills, often developed through navigating challenging circumstances.
Problem-solving skills for poverty don't translate to problem-solving skills for business success and wealth creation.
Problem-solving skills are transferable capabilities that apply across different contexts and challenge levels. Different contexts require different knowledge bases and social connections that poor people cannot access. Knowledge bases and social connections develop through education, professional experience, and strategic relationship building.
Strategic relationship building requires social capital and cultural understanding that come from appropriate background.
Social capital and cultural understanding can be developed through mentorship professional development, and educational opportunities.
Mentorship and professional development are available to people who already have foundations for success.
Mentorship and professional development create foundations for success when combined with individual talent and motivation. Individual talent and motivation are common. Access to resources and opportunities that enable talent development are rare. Educational institutions like this one exist specifically to provide resources and opportunities for talent development.
Educational institutions provide different levels of resources and opportunities based on students' ability to contribute financially.
Financial contribution and academic merit both contribute to institutional sustainability and excellence.
Academic merit without financial resources creates drain on institutional resources without compensating benefits.
Academic merit demonstrates potential for future contribution through professional achievement and institutional reputation. Future contribution is speculative benefit that doesn't address immediate resource requirements and opportunity costs. Immediate resource investment in talented individuals generates long-term returns through alumni success and institutional prestige.
Alumni success depends on multiple factors beyond academic ability, including social connections and strategic career management.
Social connections and strategic career management can be supported through institutional programs and alumni networks.
Alumni networks prioritize supporting alumni who enhance network prestige and value.
Alumni networks benefit from diversity of achievement across different industries and social impact areas. Social impact areas don't generate the financial returns and prestigious connections that maintain network value. Network value includes both financial returns and social contributions that enhance institutional reputation.
Institutional reputation depends on placement rates in prestigious positions and notable alumni achievements.
Notable alumni achievements include both financial success and contributions to social progress and innovation.
Social progress and innovation are measured through practical results, not through good intentions or personal struggle stories.
Practical results often emerge from individuals who understand both challenges and opportunities across different contexts. Understanding challenges doesn't qualify someone to create solutions without adequate resources and strategic positioning. Strategic positioning develops through combining understanding with education, experience, and relationship building.
Relationship building requires social access and cultural competence that distinguish qualified participants from charity cases.
Cultural competence develops through education and experience rather than exclusively through inherited social position.
Inherited social position provides foundation that enables cultural competence development without fundamental disadvantages.
Fundamental disadvantages can be overcome through determination, education, and supportive institutional environments. Supportive institutional environments should focus resources on candidates most likely to generate positive returns. Positive returns include diverse forms of success that strengthen institutions and society overall.
Society overall benefits when institutions maintain excellence through rigorous standards and appropriate selectivity.
Rigorous standards include evaluating potential and character rather than exclusively economic background.
Economic background indicates family success patterns and cultural preparation for achievement in competitive environments.
Achievement in competitive environments benefits from diverse perspectives and innovative approaches to challenges. Innovation comes from advanced education and exposure to cutting-edge resources, not from coping with poverty. Innovation comes from creative thinking that can be enhanced through diverse experiences, including overcoming obstacles.
Overcoming obstacles creates survival skills, not strategic thinking skills required for high-level success.
Strategic thinking skills develop through education and experience with complex problem solving across various contexts.
Complex problem-solving requires sophisticated knowledge bases and analytical tools that poor people cannot access.
Sophisticated knowledge bases and analytical tools are provided through educational programs like the one we're discussing. Educational programs provide different levels of preparation based on students' backgrounds and social resources. Educational programs should provide equal preparation opportunities for all students regardless of social resources.
Equal preparation requires unequal resource allocation that disadvantages students who could benefit most from advanced preparation.
Advanced preparation benefits all students and creates better overall outcomes for individuals and society.
Overall outcomes depend on efficient resource allocation that maximizes return on educational investment.
Efficient resource allocation includes investing in diverse talent that contributes to innovation and social progress. Social progress happens through successful people implementing improvements, not through helping poor people feel better about poverty. Social progress happens through expanding opportunities for talented individuals regardless of their economic background.
Expanding opportunities requires maintaining institutional quality that attracts and develops genuinely successful people.
Institutional quality includes commitment to excellence and inclusion that develops potential across diverse populations.
Diverse populations have different success rates that should be considered when allocating scarce educational resources.
Success rates improve when talented individuals receive appropriate support and opportunities for development. Appropriate support requires realistic assessment of likely outcomes based on comprehensive background evaluation. Comprehensive evaluation includes academic ability, personal character, and potential for growth and contribution.
Personal character and growth potential are subjective assessments that don't predict practical success outcomes.
Practical success outcomes result from combining talent, education, opportunity, and supportive relationships.
Supportive relationships develop naturally among people with similar backgrounds and compatible social positioning.
Supportive relationships also develop through shared interests, mutual respect, and common goals regardless of background. Common goals differ based on realistic possibilities determined by available resources and social connections. Available resources and social connections expand through education, professional development, and community engagement.
Community engagement in appropriate communities that provide access to decision makers and opportunity creators.
Decision makers and opportunity creators exist across various communities and professional environments.
Professional environments maintain standards that distinguish qualified participants from well-intentioned but unprepared candidates.
Professional standards focus on competence, integrity, and results rather than social background or inherited advantages. Competence and results depend on preparation and resources that enable high-level performance in competitive situations. High-level performance develops through education, experience, and opportunities to demonstrate and develop capabilities.
Opportunities to demonstrate capabilities require access to platforms where performance matters and results are recognized.
Educational institutions provide exactly those platforms through academic programs, research opportunities, and professional preparation.
Academic programs provide different levels of access and recognition based on students' ability to contribute value.
Student value includes academic achievement, leadership potential, and diverse perspectives that enrich educational communities. Educational communities benefit from maintaining standards that ensure quality preparation for professional success. Quality preparation includes developing both technical skills and interpersonal capabilities necessary for professional effectiveness.
Interpersonal capabilities require understanding social dynamics and cultural expectations in professional environments.
Social dynamics and cultural expectations can be learned through education, mentorship, and professional experience.
Professional experience requires access to professional opportunities that maintain quality through appropriate selectivity.
Appropriate selectivity includes recognizing talent and potential regardless of economic background. Talent and potential should be evaluated through comprehensive assessment of likely success probability. Success probability increases through providing support and opportunities for talented individuals to develop their capabilities.
Support and opportunities are limited resources that should be allocated efficiently to maximize positive outcomes.
Positive outcomes include both individual success and broader social benefits from diverse talent development.
Broader social benefits come from successful people contributing to society, not from helping poor people feel included.
Successful people come from diverse backgrounds when talented individuals receive appropriate educational opportunities and support. Excuse me. Everyone needs to clear this area immediately. We have a helicopter landing on the campus grounds in 2 minutes. A helicopter? What kind of emergency requires helicopter landing on university property? This isn't an emergency landing. This is scheduled arrival for important campus visitor. Please move to safe distance.
Important campus visitor? Who would arrive by helicopter for a university visit?
I'm not authorized to discuss visitor details. Please clear the area for safety protocols.
Safety protocols? This is getting ridiculous. What kind of visitor needs helicopter transportation and safety protocols?
Please comply with security requirements. Move back at least 50 meters from the landing zone.
I should get going anyway. I have studying to do for tomorrow's exam.
Actually, you need to wait here. The visitor specifically requested that all students in this area remain available. Remain available? For what purpose? This is highly irregular. Please wait for further instructions from the visitor. This is official university business.
Official university business involving mysterious helicopter visitors who want to talk with random students?
The visitor will explain everything upon arrival. Please wait quietly and maintain respectful distance from landing zone.
This is completely disrupting our evening plans. How long are we expected to wait here?
The helicopter is approaching now. Please remain calm and follow visitor instructions when they disembark.
I really don't understand why I need to be here for this visitor meeting.
The visitor specifically requested your presence. Please wait patiently for explanation. Her presence? Why would an important helicopter visitor want to talk with a scholarship student? All questions will be answered momentarily. The helicopter is landing now.
This is absolutely bizarre. What kind of visitor arrives by helicopter and requests specific students?
Please maintain quiet and respectful behavior during visitor interaction.
Respectful behavior towards someone who disrupts campus with helicopter landings and mysterious meetings?
Yes, respectful behavior toward important visitor who deserves professional courtesy.
I'm happy to show respect, but I'm genuinely confused about why I'm specifically needed here.
The visitor will explain everything. Please prepare for helicopter arrival. Prepare for helicopter arrival? What exactly are we supposed to do? Stay back, stay quiet, and wait for visitor to approach and begin conversation.
This is the most unusual evening I've experienced at this university.
The helicopter has landed. The visitor is exiting now.
Who is this person, and why do they look so familiar?
The visitor will introduce himself momentarily.
This is all very confusing and overwhelming.
Please remain calm. Everything will be explained clearly. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for waiting while I completed my arrival procedures. Arrival procedures? Who exactly are you, and why did you need to land a helicopter on our campus? My name is Logan Anderson, and I'm here on urgent family business that requires immediate attention.
Family business? What does your family business have to do with university students?
My family business has everything to do with one particular university student who is present here tonight.
One particular student? Which student and what kind of family business involves helicopter transportation?
I'm here to speak with Ashley about family matters that have recently come to light.
Family matters? I don't understand. I don't know anyone named Logan Anderson, and my family doesn't have any business connections.
Ashley, I'm your older brother. We were separated years ago, and I've been searching for you ever since. Her older brother? That's impossible. She's a poor scholarship student with no family connections. Ashley is my younger sister, and she's the rightful heir to Anderson Industries, a multinational corporation worth approximately $8 billion.
$8 billion? You're claiming that the scholarship student is heir to an $8 billion fortune?
I'm not claiming anything. I'm stating facts. Ashley is my sister and the primary beneficiary of our family trust.
This has to be some kind of mistake or elaborate joke. Poor people don't suddenly become billionaire heirs.
Poor people can become billionaire heirs when they're separated from their families through tragic circumstances and spend years searching for each other.
Logan, I remember you. You're my big brother who promised to find me when we were put into different foster homes.
Exactly right, Ashley. I've been searching for you for 12 years, and I finally located you through your scholarship application records. Scholarship application records? How would scholarship records connect to billionaire family searches? Scholarship applications include family history information that match details from our private investigation files.
Private investigation files? You hired investigators to search for your sister?
I've hired multiple investigation teams over the years. Finding you has been my primary personal mission since we were separated.
Separated how? What kind of circumstances separate billionaire family members?
Our parents died in a car accident when Ashley was 6 years old. We were placed in different foster homes despite my efforts to keep us together.
I remember the accident, and I remember you fighting to stay with me. The social workers said you were too young to be my guardian.
I was only 15, but I promised you I would become successful enough to take care of you and find you someday. Become successful enough? You mean you built an $8 billion company while searching for your sister? I inherited our parents' business and expanded it internationally while funding searches for Ashley across multiple countries.
Multiple countries? How far did your search extend?
Our investigation teams searched throughout North America, Europe, and parts of Asia. Foster care records are often incomplete or inaccurate.
Incomplete foster care records for billionaire family members? That seems highly unlikely.
Wealthy families aren't immune to bureaucratic failures and system breakdowns. Money doesn't solve every problem immediately.
I can't believe you actually found me. I never stopped hoping, but after so many years...
I never stopped searching. Finding you has been more important than any business achievement or financial success. More important than business achievement? We're talking about $8 billion in business value. $8 billion means nothing without family. Ashley is my only remaining family member, and she's irreplaceable.
Irreplaceable? She's been living in poverty while you've been building billion-dollar business empires.
She's been living in poverty because I couldn't find her, not because I didn't care or wasn't searching.
Searching for 12 years seems like excessive time to locate one person, even with foster care complications.
12 years is nothing compared to a lifetime without family. I would have searched for 50 years if necessary.
Logan, this is all so overwhelming. I don't know how to process this information.
I understand completely. This is a massive adjustment, and you need time to absorb everything. Massive adjustment? She's supposedly going from scholarship student to billionaire heiress overnight. The adjustment isn't just financial. It's about reconnecting family bonds and rebuilding relationships that were interrupted.
Interrupted relationships that apparently include inheriting massive business responsibilities.
Business responsibilities will be introduced gradually. Ashley's education and personal development are the immediate priorities.
Personal development? She's already in university, working toward her degree.
University education is excellent foundation, but there are additional skills needed for managing family business interests.
Managing family business interests? I don't know anything about running companies or handling business responsibilities.
You don't need to know anything yet. Learning business management will happen over time with expert guidance and mentorship. Expert guidance for someone who is working multiple jobs just to afford textbooks? Expert guidance for my sister who has demonstrated intelligence, resilience, and determination through her academic achievements.
Academic achievements don't translate directly to business leadership capabilities.
Academic achievements demonstrate learning capacity and work ethic that are essential foundations for business leadership development.
Business leadership development requires social connections and cultural preparation that she obviously lacks.
Social connections and cultural preparation will be provided through comprehensive orientation and training programs.
Training programs? This all sounds so complicated and intimidating.
Nothing will be forced or rushed. You control the pace of your transition into family business involvement. Transition into family business involvement worth $8 billion? The monetary value is less important than the family legacy and responsibility for employees and community impact.
Community impact? What kind of community impact comes from $8 billion business operations?
Anderson Industries employs over 100,000 people worldwide and supports numerous charitable and educational initiatives.
100,000 employees? That's an enormous responsibility for someone with no business experience.
Enormous responsibility that will be shared with experienced management teams and advisory boards.
Advisory boards? I don't even understand what that means in business contexts.
Advisory boards are groups of experienced professionals who provide guidance and strategic input for major decisions. Strategic input for major decisions affecting 100,000-person organizations. Strategic input that will be introduced gradually as Ashley develops understanding and confidence in business environments.
Business environments that require sophisticated understanding of finance, operations, and strategic planning.
Sophisticated understanding that develops through education, mentorship, and hands-on experience with supportive guidance.
Hands-on experience with $8 billion decisions seems like expensive learning process.
Learning process will begin with smaller responsibilities and gradually increase based on developing capabilities and comfort level.
Logan, I appreciate everything you're saying, but I'm still processing the fact that you're really here.
I'm really here, and I'm never leaving you again. We're family, and family stays together. Family that includes $8 billion business inheritance. Family that includes love, support, shared responsibility, and commitment to each other regardless of business considerations.
Business considerations seem pretty relevant when discussing $8 billion inheritances.
Business considerations are secondary to family relationships and personal well-being.
Personal well-being that will now include massive wealth and social status changes?
Personal well-being that will include security, opportunity, and family support that have been missing for 12 years.
Security and opportunity sound wonderful, but this is all happening so fast.
Everything will happen at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. There's no pressure to make immediate decisions. No pressure to make decisions about $8 billion inheritance responsibilities. No pressure because the most important decision has already been made. We've found each other again.
Found each other again in circumstances that completely change everything about her life situation.
Change circumstances that provide opportunities, but don't change who Ashley is as a person.
Opportunities that most people can only dream about receiving.
Opportunities that Ashley deserves because she's my sister and because she's demonstrated character through her academic achievements.
Character through academic achievements while you all were...
While they were what, Ashley?
While they were telling me I don't belong here because I'm poor and come from nothing.
They were telling you what? We were just having honest conversation about social realities and appropriate expectations. Honest conversation? What exactly were you saying to my sister?
We were explaining how economic backgrounds affect opportunities and success potential.
Economic backgrounds like inheriting $8 billion business empires?
We had no way of knowing about her family connections. She presented herself as typical scholarship student.
Typical scholarship student who was working multiple jobs while maintaining perfect grades?
Logan, they said I don't belong here because I'm poor white trash who should accept being a loser forever.
They said what? Those weren't our exact words. We were discussing statistical realities about social mobility. Statistical realities? Let me share some statistical realities about my sister's current net worth.
Current net worth? She just learned about this inheritance 5 minutes ago.
She inherited her share of Anderson Industries the day our parents died. I've been managing it as trustee until I found her.
Managing $8 billion trust fund for 12 years while she lived in poverty.
Managing and growing her inheritance while searching for her and ensuring she would receive everything our parents intended.
Everything our parents intended?
Our parents structured their estate so that we would inherit equal shares and work together to continue their business legacy. Equal shares of $8 billion? Equal shares of family business built through 3 generations of Anderson family commitment and innovation.
3 generations of Anderson family commitment that she knew nothing about?
3 generations that she's now part of again, with full rights and responsibilities that come with family membership.
Family membership that includes massive business responsibilities she's unprepared to handle?
Family membership that includes my complete commitment to helping her prepare for any responsibilities she chooses to accept.
Chooses to accept? I have choices about business involvement?
You have complete freedom to choose your level of involvement in family business operations. Complete freedom regarding $8 billion business decisions. Complete freedom to live the life she wants while knowing she has family support and financial security.
Financial security that completely changes her social status and life opportunities.
Financial security that provides options but doesn't define who she is as a person.
Options that most people would consider life-changing beyond recognition.
Life-changing opportunities that Ashley will navigate with family support and professional guidance.
Professional guidance for learning about business and wealth management.
Professional guidance for anything you want to learn about, from business to philanthropy to personal interests. Personal interests that can now be pursued without financial limitations. Personal interests that can be pursued with resources to make real impact if that's what Ashley chooses.
Real impact through charitable giving and social responsibility.
Real impact through whatever causes and activities Ashley finds meaningful and important.
Meaningful and important activities funded by $8 billion business inheritance.
Meaningful activities that reflect Ashley's values and interests regardless of funding sources.
My values and interests haven't included managing billion-dollar businesses.
Your values and interests matter more than business management. Business exists to support what you care about. Business exists to support personal interests rather than generate profit and shareholder value. Our family business exists to create value for all stakeholders, including family members, employees, and communities.
Community value creation through $8 billion business operations.
Community value creation through responsible business practices and strategic philanthropic initiatives.
Philanthropic initiatives that Ashley will now be responsible for overseeing.
Philanthropic initiatives that Ashley can participate in if she's interested in charitable giving and social impact.
Social impact through helping people who face challenges like I've faced.
Social impact through whatever causes resonate with your personal experiences and values. Personal experiences with poverty and social exclusion. Personal experiences that provide understanding about challenges faced by people from diverse backgrounds.
Diverse backgrounds that Ashley now represents from both poverty and extreme wealth perspectives.
Diverse perspectives that can inform thoughtful decision-making about business and charitable activities.
Business and charitable activities worth billions of dollars in social and economic impact.
Social and economic impact guided by principles of fairness, opportunity, and responsibility.
Responsibility for other people's lives and employment security.
Responsibility that's shared with experienced teams and that grows gradually as understanding and confidence develop. Understanding and confidence for managing 100,000-person organizations. Understanding and confidence that develop through education, mentorship, and gradual assumption of increasing responsibilities.
Increasing responsibilities that could affect global markets and economic conditions.
Responsibilities that are supported by advisory teams and professional management with decades of experience.
Professional management that will teach Ashley about strategic planning and financial decision-making.
Professional management that will support Ashley while she learns about business operations and strategic thinking.
Strategic thinking about business operations I never imagined being involved with.
Business operations that you can learn about gradually while focusing on your education and personal development. Personal development that now includes preparation for billion-dollar business leadership. Personal development that includes whatever interests Ashley and contributes to her happiness and fulfillment.
Happiness and fulfillment supported by unlimited financial resources and social connections.
Happiness and fulfillment that come from family relationships, personal growth, and meaningful activities.
Meaningful activities that can now be pursued without any financial constraints or limitations.
Meaningful activities that reflect Ashley's interests and values regardless of financial considerations.
Logan, I still can't believe this is really happening.
This is really happening, and you deserve every opportunity and support that comes with being part of our family. Part of a family that controls $8 billion business empire. Part of a family that loves each other and works together to create positive impact in the world.
Positive impact through business success and philanthropic giving.
Positive impact through treating people with respect, creating opportunities, and supporting community development.
Community development funded by Anderson Industries business profits.
Community development funded through various sources, including business success and strategic charitable investments.
Charitable investments in causes that help people overcome poverty and educational barriers.
Charitable investments in whatever causes you find important and want to support. Whatever causes she wants to support with access to billion-dollar funding. Whatever causes align with her values and interests with appropriate guidance about effective charitable giving.
Effective charitable giving strategies for maximizing social impact.
Effective strategies that create lasting positive change rather than just temporary assistance.
Lasting positive change through systemic improvements rather than individual charity.
Lasting change through both systemic improvements and individual opportunities for advancement.
Individual opportunities like scholarships and educational support.
Educational support and any other opportunities that help people improve their circumstances. Opportunities that Ashley can now create for others through her family resources. Opportunities that Ashley can create if she's interested in helping others and has good ideas for effective assistance.
Effective assistance strategies for helping people escape poverty and achieve success.
Effective strategies that combine resources with understanding about challenges people face.
Understanding about challenges based on Ashley's personal experience with poverty.
Understanding based on Ashley's experiences combined with research and consultation with experts.
Experts in poverty reduction and educational opportunity creation.
Experts in whatever areas interest you and align with your goals for helping others. Goals for helping others that are now supported by unlimited financial resources. Goals that are supported by substantial resources and professional guidance for effective implementation.
Professional guidance for creating social impact through strategic philanthropy.
Professional guidance for anything Ashley wants to learn about and accomplish.
Accomplishments that could include major social and educational initiatives.
Accomplishments that reflect Ashley's interests and contribute to her sense of purpose and fulfillment.
Purpose and fulfillment through helping other students who face financial barriers.
Purpose through whatever activities and causes matter most to you personally. Personal causes supported by Anderson Industries business success. Personal causes supported by family resources and commitment to positive social impact.
Social impact through business operations and charitable giving.
Social impact through responsible business practices and thoughtful charitable initiatives.
Charitable initiatives that Ashley will now have authority to establish and fund.
Charitable initiatives that Ashley can participate in designing and supporting if that interests her.
If that interests me, I've been struggling with poverty my entire life. Of course, helping others interests me.
Then you'll have resources and support to make real difference in people's lives. Real difference through programs that address systemic poverty and educational inequality. Real difference through whatever approaches Ashley thinks will be most effective for helping people.
Effective approaches that require understanding both charity and business strategy.
Effective approaches that combine passion for helping others with practical knowledge about implementation.
Implementation of large-scale social programs through Anderson Industries resources.
Implementation of programs that align with Ashley's goals and our family's commitment to community support.
Community support for people who are struggling like I was struggling.
Community support for whatever groups and causes you care about most. Whatever causes she cares about, funded by $8 billion business profits. Whatever causes align with family values and contribute to positive social impact.
Family values that now include massive wealth and social responsibility.
Family values that have always included treating people with respect and helping others when possible.
Helping others when possible, which is now always possible given unlimited financial resources.
Helping others thoughtfully and effectively, which requires planning and understanding beyond just financial resources.
Planning and understanding that I can learn through working with charitable organizations.
Planning and understanding that you can learn through education, experience, and collaboration with experts. Collaboration with experts in philanthropy and social impact. Collaboration with experts in whatever fields interest you and support your goals.
Goals that can now include major initiatives for social change and improvement.
Goals that reflect your values and interests, whether they involve social change or other areas.
Other areas that could include business leadership and strategic planning.
Business involvement that matches your interests and develops gradually based on your comfort level.
Comfort level with responsibilities I never imagined having.
Comfort level that will develop naturally as you learn about opportunities and possibilities.
Possibilities that include leadership roles in $8 billion business operations. Possibilities that include whatever roles and responsibilities you find interesting and meaningful.
Meaningful roles in managing business empire and philanthropic initiatives.
Meaningful roles that contribute to your sense of purpose and allow you to make positive impact.
Positive impact through wealth and influence that most people could never imagine accessing.
Positive impact through using available resources wisely and responsibly.
Using resources wisely to help people who are struggling with challenges I understand personally.
Using resources to support whatever causes and activities align with your values and interests. Values and interests that are now supported by unlimited financial capability. Values and interests that matter to you personally, with resources available to support meaningful action.
Meaningful action through large-scale charitable giving and social program development.
Meaningful action through whatever approaches you think will be most effective and fulfilling.
Fulfilling work that could include major business and philanthropic responsibilities.
Fulfilling work that matches your interests and contributes to your happiness and sense of purpose.
Sense of purpose that includes helping other students overcome financial barriers to education.
Sense of purpose that includes whatever goals and activities matter most to you. Activities that now include potential leadership of 100,000-person business organization. Activities that you choose based on your interests and comfort with different types of responsibilities.
Responsibilities that could affect global markets and economic conditions.
Responsibilities that are supported by experienced teams and professional management.
Professional management that will prepare Ashley for business leadership roles.
Professional support for whatever roles Ashley finds interesting and wants to pursue.
Roles that allow me to help people while honoring our family's business legacy.
Roles that combine your personal interests with our family's commitment to positive impact. Positive impact through business success and charitable giving. Positive impact through treating employees well, serving customers effectively, and supporting community development.
Community development through Anderson Industries business operations and philanthropic initiatives.
Community development through various means that reflect our family values and social responsibilities.
Social responsibilities that come with controlling $8 billion business empire.
Social responsibilities that we take seriously and approach thoughtfully.
Thoughtfully, with understanding about challenges faced by people from different backgrounds.
Thoughtfully, with input from diverse perspectives and commitment to fairness and opportunity. Fairness and opportunity for people regardless of their economic background. Fairness and opportunity for everyone, based on merit and potential rather than inherited advantages.
Inherited advantages like the ones Ashley is now receiving.
Inherited opportunities that Ashley can use to help others and create positive change.
Positive change that addresses systematic inequalities and social barriers.
Positive change that reflects Ashley's understanding of challenges and commitment to helping others.
Helping others who face discrimination and obstacles like what I experienced tonight.
Helping others in whatever ways you think will be most effective and meaningful. Meaningful assistance that's now possible through unlimited financial resources. Meaningful assistance that combines resources with understanding and strategic thinking.
Strategic thinking about social impact and charitable effectiveness.
Strategic thinking about whatever goals and activities Ashley wants to pursue.
Goals that could include major educational and social initiatives.
Goals that align with Ashley's values and contribute to positive change in areas she cares about.
Areas I care about, including education access and reducing poverty.
Areas you care about, with resources and support to make real difference. Real difference through programs funded by Anderson Industries Business Success. Real difference through thoughtful application of available resources to meaningful causes.
Meaningful causes that reflect Ashley's personal experience with economic hardship.
Meaningful causes that reflect Ashley's values and commitment to helping others.
Commitment to helping others that's now supported by billion-dollar funding capability.
Commitment to helping others that can be expressed through various means, including charitable giving and business practices.
Business practices that treat employees fairly and provide good opportunities for advancement.
Business practices that reflect our family values about respect, opportunity, and community responsibility. Community responsibility that includes addressing social problems and inequality. Community responsibility that includes supporting positive change in whatever ways seem most effective.
Effective ways that could include major social and educational program development.
Effective ways that Ashley can explore and develop based on her interests and goals.
Goals that now include potential leadership of major business and charitable operations.
Goals that Ashley will define for herself with support and guidance from family and professional advisors.
Professional advisors who can help me learn about business and charitable giving.
Professional advisors who can help you with anything you want to learn about and accomplish. Accomplish through access to resources most people could never imagine having. Accomplish through combining available resources with good judgment and commitment to positive impact.
Positive impact that could include addressing the kind of discrimination Ashley faced tonight?
Positive impact that addresses whatever issues Ashley thinks are most important and urgent.
Important and urgent issues that can now be addressed through substantial resource allocation?
Important issues that can be addressed through thoughtful planning and effective implementation.
Implementation of programs that help people overcome barriers and achieve their potential?
Implementation of whatever programs and initiatives you think will make the most difference. Difference that's now possible through $8 billion business empire support. Difference that's possible through combining resources with understanding and strategic thinking.
Strategic thinking about social change and community development?
Strategic thinking about whatever goals and objectives matter most to Ashley.
Objectives that could include major improvements in educational opportunity and social mobility?
Objectives that reflect Ashley's values and commitment to helping others succeed.
Helping others succeed despite facing obstacles and discrimination?
Helping others in whatever ways seem most effective and meaningful to you. Meaningful assistance that addresses systematic barriers to success and achievement. Meaningful assistance that reflects your understanding of challenges and commitment to positive change.
Positive change through business leadership and philanthropic giving?
Positive change through whatever approaches and activities you find most fulfilling.
Fulfilling activities that could include transforming social and educational opportunities?
Fulfilling activities that align with your interests and contribute to your sense of purpose.
Purpose that includes ensuring other people don't face the discrimination I experienced?
Purpose that includes whatever goals and values matter most to you personally. Personal values that are now supported by unlimited resources for implementation. Personal values that can be expressed through various means with appropriate support and guidance.
Guidance for managing business empire and charitable foundation operations?
Guidance for whatever activities and responsibilities you choose to pursue.
Responsibilities that include stewarding $8 billion business legacy?
Responsibilities that match your interests and develop gradually as your understanding and confidence grow.
Understanding and confidence for making decisions that affect thousands of people?
Understanding and confidence that develop through education, experience, and collaboration with knowledgeable advisors. Knowledgeable advisors for business strategy and philanthropic effectiveness. Knowledgeable advisors for whatever areas and activities interest you.
Interest in creating opportunities for people from disadvantaged backgrounds?
Interest in whatever causes and goals aligned with your values and experiences.
Experiences that provide unique understanding about poverty and social barriers?
Experiences that can inform thoughtful decisions about helping others and creating positive change.
Positive change that addresses educational inequality and social discrimination?
Positive change that reflects your priorities and commitment to making the world better. Better world through responsible use of business success and charitable resources. Better world through whatever means and approaches you think will be most effective.
Effective approaches that combine business success with social responsibility?
Effective approaches that align with family values and your personal commitment to helping others.
Commitment to helping others that's now supported by massive financial resources?
Commitment that can be expressed through various means, including business practices and charitable initiatives.
Logan, thank you for finding me and for everything you're saying about helping others.
Thank you for maintaining your values and character despite facing challenges that would defeat many people. Character that's now combined with access to $8 billion business resources. Character that's more important than any financial resources and that will guide wise use of available opportunities.
Opportunities that could transform social and educational landscapes.
Opportunities that Ashley will use according to her judgment and commitment to positive impact.
Positive impact through addressing the problems that create poverty and inequality.
Positive impact through whatever approaches and initiatives Ashley thinks will be most meaningful.
Meaningful work that honors our family legacy while helping people overcome obstacles.
Meaningful work that reflects your values and contributes to positive change in the world. Change that's possible through strategic application of business success and charitable giving. Change that's possible through thoughtful planning and effective implementation of programs that matter to Ashley.
Programs that address educational opportunity and social mobility.
Programs that align with Ashley's goals and our family's commitment to community support.
Community support through responsible business operations and strategic philanthropy.
Community support through various means that reflect our values and commitment to positive impact.
Impact that ensures other people have opportunities regardless of their economic background.
Impact that creates opportunities and addresses barriers based on whatever priorities matter most to you.